Hello everyone, my name is Andres and this message is on behalf of the Atlas Project. I am really glad that you're connecting with us today. Today I want to share with you about something that is incredibly relevant for all of us as we're going through this COVID-19 crisis. And I'm referring to the ancient practice of Sabbath keeping. Once upon a time, there was a writer who was from a secular background in the city of New York, A.J. Jacobs. And he decided to, for 1 year, he decided to do an experiment. And this was going to be a crazy, unheard experiment. No one ever before had tried the experiment that A.J. was going to try. So for 1 year, you have to remember, A.J. did not believe in God, he did not believe in the Bible, and the experiment was that for 1 year, he was going to live biblically. He was going to live literally 100%, or he was going to give his best shot at living biblically, at living all of the Old Testament and many of the New Testament practices. And I'm referring to Sabbath keeping, and some of the other Old Testament practices that in today's age, they may be a little bit weird. He lived in tunics, he changed his diet according to the Old Testament practices, etc., etc. He didn't shave his hair. For 1 year, he lived biblically to the best of his capacities. And after that, he was asked to write and to reflect on his experience. And the one thing that he said is that the most transformative practices of all the Old Testament practices was the practice of keeping the Sabbath. He said that after 1 year of keeping the Sabbath, 1 year specifically from sunset to sunset, the Sabbath day felt like a break, not a minor break, but like a major break. And he put it like this. He says, it is not a lowering of the volume, but a muting. As the famous Rabbi Abraham Joshua put it, the Sabbath became a sanctuary in time. This was an amazing experience for A.J. Jacobs, and it is a transformative experience. The ancient practice of Sabbath keeping, it is a transformational and incredible experience for all of us today. So I want to introduce to that. Think about it. Life is rhythm. When we think about the issue and the concept of keeping the Sabbath, what we're really thinking about is we're thinking about changing our daily rhythms. When you think about it, life is a rhythm. That's what life is all about. Everything in life, everything that is important, everything that is essential, everything that is meaningful, poetry, music, the beating of our hearts, everything that is alive has a rhythm. Life is rhythm. It's a repetition of essential activities and practices. The human heart, music, poetry, our very existence are based on rhythm. And when it comes to it, there are two rhythms in this modern/postmodern life. There are two ways of understanding rhythms or how people live their lives, rhythms that people engage. And I know a little bit about rhythms, at least my urban rhythm. I live and I serve in the city of Chicago. And people come from many different places to the big city, to the big urban place, to develop new rhythms in order to pursue a dream. They come here with the best intentions. They come here trying to pursue a dream, to accomplish a goal, a professional goal, to accomplish a startup company goal. They come here and they know that they come here with big dreams, but they know that the first thing they need to adapt is their daily rhythms. And a lot of people, when they move to the big city, they realize that there are two rhythms. And one rhythm is the rhythm that all of us living in the big city and in your city is a big rhythm that everyone knows. And I'm referring to the rhythm of overproduction. It's the rhythm of overachieving. It's the rhythm of busyness and living a life that is characterized by anxiety. This rhythm of overproduction may yield results. As a matter of fact, it's a highly efficient rhythm. It's a highly efficient rhythm because when you engage in this overproduction lifestyle, we have to acknowledge that it works. It works. It yields results. But one of the unintended results of this overproduction life is that whether we like it or not, it not only yields the results of achieving our dreams, but also yields other results that we didn't want to have. When somebody's just overproducing and overachieving all the time, never unplugging, never disconnecting, something starts to break. Something starts to break. Something starts to change. And the more you overproduce, the more you overachieve, the more you're going, without a break, without stop, without resting, the more you realize that as you are gaining certain things, you are achieving certain objectives, you are accomplishing certain goals, you are losing. You are losing other essential inner things that are not observable, are not measurable, but you know they are essential to your happiness and to your joy. And I have seen this cycle over and over and over again. Somebody comes to the city, somebody moves because of a new job, and they enter into this cycle of overachieving and overproducing. And, well, not all of them, but most of them or some of them do achieve what they came here to achieve. The one thing that I can share with you for certain is that a lot of people that get into this overproduction and over-accomplishing and overachieving rhythm, they may or may not achieve what they came here to accomplish, but most of them get an unintended results. They start experiencing things that they didn't intend to have. Some things start to break. Relationships start to break. Inner peace starts to break. Self-worth and self-value now is placed on whatever you're achieving. And a lot of people discover that when they start achieving and achieving and achieving and achieving, if that becomes their foundation for self-worth and self-value, they recognize that it's incredibly fragile. It's incredibly movable. It's fragile. That rhythm, again, yields certain results, but also it yields certain consequences. When we think about the ancient practice of keeping the Sabbath, we find that it's deeply rooted in Old Testament tradition, in the conviction that we were created for a higher purpose, that it is not possible that the end of life is to overachieve and to overproduce. It is not possible that could be our end goal. And we know that there is another rhythm. So when we think about keeping the Sabbath, we have to acknowledge another rhythm that a lot of people are experiencing. I think, as a matter of fact, there is a revival in the world right now, and especially with everything that is going on with this pandemic, there is a huge revival. There is a huge need to understand this other rhythm. It may feel like this other rhythm that I'm going to share with you, it may feel that it has been imposed to us. However, if we are wise, we may learn from this other rhythm. We may maximize this other rhythm. And I am referring to the rhythm of satisfaction. I am referring to the rhythm of satisfaction. The rhythm of satisfaction is an entire different way of living. The rhythm of, and I am not referring to just the satisfaction of the senses. I am referring to the satisfaction of being, the satisfaction of who you are, the satisfaction of why you do what you do. It cannot be and is never a good foundation when your why is just overachieve for the sake of overachieving. When your why is just overachieving and overproducing, sooner or later it's going to break you down. But what is this rhythm of satisfaction? This rhythm in satisfaction, we find it in the book of, in the Old Testament book of Exodus. Now, this section that I am about to share with you was given by God to one of the prophets in the Old Testament, Moses, as he was leading his people out of Egypt, and they were reestablishing themselves in a new land. And he is showing them, as you were living a rhythm of overachieving and overproduction in Egypt, you were used to that. This is what you were used to. You were used to overachieving and overproducing. It was imposed on you. It's like you didn't have a choice. You didn't have a choice to live in any other way. So I am taking you out of that fragile, of that toxic way of living. I am taking you into a new rhythm. I am taking you into a new life. And this life is the life of satisfaction. So this is what I am about to read in the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 8 to 11. And I am going to read the entire passage. And it says here, remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. Now check this out. 6 days you shall labor and do all of your work. Beautiful, right? We like that. But the seventh day is a Sabbath to the Lord your God. On it you shall not do any work, neither you nor your son, your daughter, your male or female, nor your animals, any foreigner residing in your town. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them, but he rested on the seventh day. Therefore, the Lord blessed the seventh day and made it holy. Okay. What I just read is loaded. First, it is pointing something essential to us. It is pointing the reality and the why of why we exist, the why of being. It is pointing to the issue of identity. See, in the overachieving mindset, in the overachieving rhythm, your identity is drawn from whatever you achieve. But don't take me wrong. Here, this passage, it is not saying that we should just chill and relax, and we should not have dreams, we should not fight for them, that we should not work. It is not saying that. As a matter of fact, it is saying in 6 days you shall work. Actually, that is more than most of us in America or in Peoria or in the state of Illinois, we work. It is not a 5-day week, it was a 6-day week. So he is proposing that whoever is the audience here, they should work. They should work, and they should work hard at it. They should work with dignity. They should work with joy, right? Like they should embrace work as a blessing, as something that leads to flourishing. However, it is saying that before we get to resting, before we get to the issue of pausing or resting, it says here that they needed to remember, we need to remember that we need to remember our identity. We need to remember where we come from. So see, in the book of Exodus chapter 20, verses 8 to 11, God is saying that people do not work because they want to achieve and because that is the way of joy and happiness. So people do not achieve to secure an identity. People do not work to secure an identity. In this particular case, people work because they have been given an identity. And this is why they are satisfied. This is why they are completely satisfied, because they have been given an identity. They have been given an identity by God. They are not working hard to get an identity. They work hard because they have been given an identity. But as hard as they work, as ethical and as dignified as their work and their labor is, they also know how to do something. They know how to rest. They know how to engage with the rhythm of rest and with the rhythm of satisfaction. So what is satisfaction, my friends? Satisfaction, this is what satisfaction is according to Exodus 20. Satisfaction is when at the end of your work week, and what I am about to describe, I know that maybe some of you may think, you know what, that's utopia. That's a dream, that's nirvana, that's like not real, right? Okay, but stay with me for a moment. At the end of your work week, regardless of how it went, regardless of what challenges do you have on Sunday morning or on Monday morning, regardless of whatever is coming, the big meeting that is coming next week that you have to prepare, but you are done. Like it's Thursday night and you're already done. It's Friday morning and you're already done. You're already out. You're already depleted. And you cannot possibly go and engage with satisfaction throughout the week with your family, with your friends. You're not satisfied. You want to keep achieving. You want to solve the problem. But here is something so counterintuitive that God is saying. Friday afternoon, because your identity has been secure in God, Friday afternoon, you go with God and you unplug from your work. And you trust your work, you trust your family, you trust your challenges, you trust your health completely and absolutely in the hands of Him who created you, of He who gave you an identity, of He who crafted you, of He who is taking care of you. So now your joy and your satisfaction and your confidence, your self-worth is not based on what you can achieve, but is based on the identity that has been given to you by God because of His creation. So Friday night, you can look at your week and you can go like, regardless of how it went, I'm satisfied. It was a good week. Regardless of the problems that I have to face, you know what? I can let it go. I'm satisfied. It's a good week. I can rest. I don't have to solve all of the problems in my little universe for me to rest. I don't have to solve all of the big issues in my life, all of the practical and existential reasons in my life. I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that. Why? Because my identity has been secured. And then I can rest. And according to God, in the Old Testament, ancient Old Testament practices and New Testament precedents that we know from the life of Jesus, it is a 24-hour time of rest. It is not a day off. It is a sacred time, like this Rabbi Joshua, Abraham Joshua put it. It is a sacred sanctuary in time. And the beauty of Sabbath keeping is going to remind you and remind me of three things. First, it's going to remind us something that we need to be reminded of, especially during the COVID-19 crisis, especially during this pandemic. We are created. We are created. We are designed for life. We are designed for community. Ailments and illness was not the original design. The original design was for us to thrive in the context of health and healthy community, community with one another, community with other believers, community with other seekers, and community with God. Then second, it's going to remind us that as much as we like to believe it, or to believe the opposite, we are breakable. We can break down. We can be broken down very easily. Something as small as a virus or an illness or bad news or somebody rejecting me, somebody crushing my dreams, somebody leaving me out. It can break my heart. It can break my identity. We are breakable. More importantly, we are breakable if we will be broken if we engage in the rhythm of overachieving. And finally, it's going to remind us that although we are created and God's creation has been altered, and although we are breakable, it is also a beautiful reminder that we are created, we are made for flourishing. We are made to thrive. We are made to rest. We are made to experience satisfaction. And this type of satisfaction is just not the satisfaction that I nail my goals, I nail all of my quarterly performance objectives. This satisfaction goes way like, yes, you can be super happy because you nailed your goals, but this satisfaction transcends your performance. This satisfaction stays there whether your performance is up or down. Your identity has been secure. Because this satisfaction, this time with God, this time of Sabbath rest, this time of unplugging, this time of satisfaction, of resting, it is in reality a time of relationship. It is a time of relationship with God. And today, I want to invite you to explore this. Explore it in the book of Exodus, chapter 20. I am going to leave a list of Bible reading so that you can keep exploring the issue of resting and satisfaction in God and the ancient practice of Sabbath rhythm. This channel is brought to you by Peoria Church and the Illinois Conference of our religious group. And we just want to be here to serve you. We know that these times are not times of rest. These times are not times of satisfaction. This is your time, and this is my time, to find a deeper satisfaction that is only found in God. And with that being said, I want to invite you, if you feel like this is something you want to do, I want to invite you to connect with your local community of faith through the Peoria Church. But also I want to make another invitation. I want to invite you to donate to an organization that is making a difference here in the city of Chicago. I have, over the last 5 days, I've been helping some dear friends of mine. And I found this amazing organization that is making a difference in the community, the Ronald McDonald House in the city of Chicago, near downtown Chicago. When a family has a child or a family member who is in danger because their health requires intensive and specialized medical care, the Ronald McDonald House in Chicago provides housing, meals, and support to those families in need. I have seen over the last month how the Ronald McDonald House is making a difference. I am going to leave their link so that you can donate if you feel like this is something that you want to do and make a difference. As everyone is so anxious, another way of being satisfied is to give. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you can connect with your local community of faith. We are here to serve you, to pray with you, and to help you find rest and satisfaction in God.